If truly this world that we are in is really evil, if truly people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, if we're not headed towards the right direction as people, then you are better off alone. If truly there is something wrong with the world, if truly when you look at how the way things work, you see that something is not right, you're better off alone. Because if you're going to try to be part of society, if you're going to try to fit in, you will have to let go of some aspects of you that actually make you you, like some aspects of you that actually make you better in a way. The world seems to be moving at a certain wavelength, or it seems to be headed toward a certain direction. And if you are really real, if you are really honest with yourself, if you are really about the truth, you can't move towards the direction where the world is headed. It can't work for you. I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that the world that we've found ourselves in is truly evil. And we mustn't love anything about it. What we need to train ourselves to do is to learn how to detach ourselves from it. And we'll never learn how to detach ourselves from the world if we are trying to fit in. Because if we're trying to fit in, then we will be trying to do the things that other people are doing in order to fit in. And that's not going to help us. You can never really find the truth if you are doing what everyone else is doing. It seems like this world itself is against truth. I just posted a video a couple of hours ago, and YouTube sent me a message saying that that video will be limited somehow. Like, people who are under 18 will not be allowed to watch that video. Like, there's nothing wrong with that video. There is nothing wrong with that video, but in that video, I was truly speaking the truth. Like, I was speaking my mind. So you must realize that if you're truly going to be honest, if you're really going to stand for the truth, you're never going to fit in. If you want to fit in, then you must be fake, because society is fake. Society doesn't really allow people to be truly open. You see, like, society doesn't allow people to truly be open. And that's one of the biggest problems. That's one of the biggest problems with the world, is that we are not really allowed to speak our truth. We're supposed to say things that are acceptable. If you say something that people won't really be able to understand, then you are breaking the rules. It seems like there are unspoken rules in this society, and you kind of have to follow these rules. Trust me, something is wrong with the world. If you feel alone, if you feel like you don't fit in, if you feel like people don't love you, if you feel like people don't understand you, that is good. That is not a bad thing. You don't need to fit in, right? It means that there's something about you that is truly different, and you need to be different. Do you really want to be like everyone else? Do you really want to fit in this world? Do you really want to do the things that other people are doing? Do you really, there's something that I said in one of the videos that I published previously, that fitting in makes people stupid. It's like you have to dumb down a little in order to fit in. If you're truly going to be yourself, then you can't fit in. You are a threat. Like, even when you're around people, they will sense that you're different. And that's what you want. You want to be different. You don't want to be like everyone else. You don't want to play by the rules. You don't want to you don't want to be fearful. You don't want to say things that are acceptable, because it seems like there are certain things that you can say that are really acceptable in society, but there are some things that you cannot say. No, you have to say what you need to say. You need to say what you need to say. If there's something that you feel is the truth, you need to say it, even if it means that people are going to hate you. Like, no matter what happens, when you speak the truth, it will be the right thing that would have happened. That is something that you must know. If you're going to speak the truth, no matter what happens, is the right thing that can happen. You don't want to live in a world where you are lying to yourself or where you are lying to other people just because you are afraid. This world is evil, man. That is one of the biggest reasons why I keep on speaking the truth on this channel. I'm not going to hold back, because that doesn't help. That doesn't help. I truly believe that people who held back in the past, when they were on on their um, on their on their deathbed, they knew that they made a mistake by not speaking the truth. Like, if there's something that you're going to regret in the end, it's not speaking the truth. If there's something that you're going to regret, it's not being real. You're going to look back and be like, damn, I was fake. I was not really being myself. I understand that it's hard to be yourself, but you can't be fake. You can't be fake. It needs to get to a point where you are so brave that no matter what happens, like, don't be afraid of the consequences. I don't think what you are afraid of is worse than what you've been through in life. You see, because there's people who be like, I can't speak the truth, or I can't be myself. Like, what are you really afraid of? Be you. This world will not accept you no matter what, because you're different. There's a reason why you are able to understand what I'm saying. You understand that there are some people who are not able to understand what I'm saying. Like, I will tell them the truth, and other people who are like me will tell them the truth, and they won't be able to understand it. Like, sometimes it's not about you know people having different opinions, because that's what we tell ourselves, that as people we have different opinions. No, sometimes it's not about having different opinions. Some people are just not like you, and they will never understand you. So if you're not going to be yourself, you are doing something wrong, because they are being themselves. That's one thing that you must understand. You see, all the people that seem to be fake, all the people that are doing things that don't make sense, they are themselves. You are the one who's being fake. You are the one who's telling yourself that, well, I need to fit in this society because many people are like this and that. No, be you. You don't need to be accepted by the world. You don't need to play by the rules. There's a reason why you are different from most people. That's what you need to understand. Like, that is really important, because there are people who will be sending me messages and telling me that they can't be themselves because they're afraid of what other people are going to say. Let me tell you this. If you train yourself to do what you want to do, no matter how people are going to react, you're going to become fearless by default. That's how you become fearless. You see, you don't become fearless by training yourself to do the things that other people are going to approve of only. No, you're not going to become brave. You become brave by doing things that everyone is against, and seeing how they react. That's going to make you stronger. It will get to a point where you just don't care. You'll be like, okay, this is how you react. Like, I don't care. You see, I'm being me. I don't care how you react. I don't care if you say that I was sent by the devil. I don't care if you say that I'm crazy. I don't care if you say that there's something wrong with me. I don't care if you think that I'm a bad person for saying what I'm saying. I do not care. Like, it will get to the point where you just don't care, because you've been training yourself to not care. There's a reason why I'm able to speak openly on this channel. It's not like there ain't people who know me personally, who who are watching my videos. There are people who know me who watch my videos. All right. But I'm not afraid to speak the truth, even if they say that I'm evil. Most people who know me talk about me and say, um, you know, because where I live, people still believe in witchcraft, stuff like that. They'll say, oh yeah, he's some kind of a witch. He joined some Illuminati or some shit like that. I've watched a video of his where he was talking about the devil is the good guy and all that. I speak my truth. I'm going to be as honest as possible. Even if it means that I'm going to suffer, I will be suffering for something that I believe is right. So I will never regret being real. So you've got to be like that. If you are going to be real, you can't regret being real. You can't regret being yourself. Because you are yourself. You can't hold back. Because people hold back for no reason. Like I want, I don't want to say this because it's going to offend a lot of people, or I don't want to act this way because it's going to offend a lot of people. No, what you're doing is holding, it's like it's setting you back. Actually, like you are holding back, and you are training yourself to be a coward. So you'll never truly be brave. You'll never truly be able to stand up for yourself. You need to be so real and so honest that even when you are dreaming, you are still the way that you are in this reality. Like even like when you're doing something subconsciously, you're still you. You're still real. That is the only way that you can live your life here. If you're going to be a coward, I don't know what you're really doing with your life, because think about it. You know something that other people do not know. You understand something that other people do not understand. Why are you afraid to tell people what you really think? Why are you afraid to tell people your truth? Just because the world is dominated by people who are saying something that is different from what you think. This is one of the biggest mistakes that people who are like us have been making. You allow ignorant people to speak and speak and speak and speak, and it gets to a point where people start to believe that the bravest people who are speaking their minds are the ones who are right. No, it's not really like that. It's just that we have allowed ignorant people to speak for too long. So now we have to do a lot of work. There's no balance now. So it means that we have to work a bit harder, in order to settle the score. So you can't be afraid, man. This world, trust me, you don't need to be accepted by this world. You're not really missing out on anything. Because there are people who believe that they are missing out on something. Like if the world doesn't accept you, it means you're missing out on something. Like, what are you missing out on? Ask yourself that question. What are you really missing out on? If the world doesn't accept you, if you are in your room right now and you are alone, what are you really missing out on? Are you really missing out on something that is really important, or you've just told yourself that whatever you're missing out on is important? It's the lies that we tell ourselves that torture us. See, if you going to be honest with yourself, like truly honest with yourself, you realize that there's nothing that you're missing out on. This world doesn't have anything to offer you, anything really important to offer you. So you need to be you, because you've really got nothing to lose. It's not like you are gaining anything by not being yourself. It's not like you're gaining anything by not telling your parents how you feel, even if you see that, well, they are wrong about a lot of things. No, tell them what you really, really think. It's your right. You have a right to speak your mind. You have a right to truly be yourself. That is your right. Some of y'all feeling worse than you will be feeling because you are not able to express yourself. You are still afraid. You are still holding back. If you're going to hold back, trust me, you're going to suffer a lot because you are holding back. I don't trust therapists, but they're right about one thing. You need to be able to express yourself. Right? You need to be able to express yourself. It doesn't really matter if what you think is different from what a lot of people think. You still need to express yourself. Not just to people who you think are going to understand you, but to people in general. Without expecting them to understand you, but you speaking your truth, that is good. You are doing the right thing by speaking your truth, by becoming more of who you are. Remember, we are in a world that we do not understand. So if you're going to be fake, how do you think you will be able to free yourself? If you need to free yourself, if let's just say life itself was a test, how would you free yourself if you are being a coward? If you are afraid to be yourself, if you are afraid to stand for your truth? Really, ask yourself this question. Why do you see the world differently? And why do other people not see the world differently? Why are other people wrong? Like they don't see what you're seeing, but you're able to see what you're seeing. And you tell yourself that, well, it's better that I'm not real. It's better that I try to conform, No, that's not better. That has never been better. What's better is that you go out there and speak your truth. 100%. You live your truth. You embody your enlightenment. That is what's actually better. Yes, if you don't feel like you are ready, it's fine. I get it, But train yourself to become ready, because if you don't do that, you're going to find yourself suffering a lot worse than you would be suffering if you were able to express yourself. Trust me. You'd suffer a lot worse than if you were able to really live your own truth. The best way to live life is really by not allowing your fears to get in the way of what you want to do. Like in any situation, you ask yourself, if I don't want to do something, is it really because I'm afraid? Because here's the problem. If you allow your own fear to conquer you all the time, you allow your own fear to conquer you all the time, it gets to a point where you are truly helpless, where you feel like you are in a box. And when you feel like you are in a box, of course, you're going to feel worse because you are in a box, you can't do anything. But then if whenever you feel scared, you still do what you want to do because you want to do it. I trust all of y'all. Like people who will be watching my videos, I trust all of you. I trust that you will do the right thing. That's why I'm saying that don't be scared to do what you want to do, because I trust that you do the right thing. I trust your level of understanding. If you train yourself to do what you want to do, no matter what, without any fear and without caring about, the results. Okay, what's gonna happen if I do this? Like, don't even mind that. What you focus on is doing what you want to do and being proud of yourself for doing what you want to do. Don't care about the result at all. It's not about the result right now. It's about you training yourself to be a brave person, because you cannot be weak. Understanding what you understand and being weak, trust me, that's not going to help you. In this society, that's not going to help you. So if you understand what you understand, you need to be strong. You actually need to be stronger than, you know, the people who don't understand what you understand. I mean, you're already strong. You know, to be able to understand what you understand, you're already strong, but you need to be stronger because it's hard to understand what you understand. You know, there's a reason why, you know, some people who understand what you understand are always talking about wanting to leave this realm. It's because it's hard. You understand something that it's like the human mind wasn't supposed to comprehend. You know, you weren't supposed to like understand what you understand, but you do understand what you understand. So you it means that you actually need to be more braver than you are. Whenever you feel helpless, ask yourself, what can I do that I'm actually afraid to do right now? Whenever you feel helpless, ask yourself this question: what can I do that I'm afraid to do right now? And focus on that. Like, focus more on taking actions than living in your own head. Right? Focus more on taking the right actions than living in your own head. You understand enough. Like, you already know what you need to know as a human. You already understand what you need to understand as a human. So do what you need to do. You shouldn't care about what other people are going to think of you. You shouldn't care about fitting in. Don't even think about fitting in. You're too different to even be caring about fitting in. All right. People can sense that you're different. Even if you don't really tell them anything, they will sense that you're different because you are. I do not believe that human beings are vibrating at the same frequency. Like, we are different, bro. We are different. That is one of the reasons why we don't uh, understand the same things. This is one of the reasons why some people won't be able to understand what you understand. That's because we are different. There are people that you're going to try to explain some things that are so true and obvious to, and they still won't be able to understand you. That's because we're different. So don't be trying to fit in. It's not going to help you at all. That's not going to help you at all. What you need to be trying to do is, what do you want to do? What do you really want to do? That's what you should focus on. So I believe that if you focus on being who you are, you're going to suffer less. You're going to become okay with being alone and being by yourself. You know, if you're going to be totally real, if you're going to be fake, you're going to suffer. Stop caring about celebrities. We don't even know them 100%. These celebrities are not even important. Like, growing up, I used to admire celebrities until I realized they're not even special. Some of these celebrities that we used to look up to are dumb as fuck. Like, they're really dumb. You have to understand that any person can be made a celebrity. Any person. Like, they can select anyone and turn that person into the most famous person in the world easily. It's not like these people are special. No, they're not special at all. They're not special. I think most of them are controlled. You see, they find people who are easy to control, people who are easy to manipulate, people who are not about the truth that they're going to be able to control, and they control these people. There's no need to look up to them. You see, you need to trust yourself. I think in this realm, because this realm is upside down, you're not going to find the truth where you're told you're going to find the truth. So you can't be, looking at celebrities and worshiping them. They're not special at all. Like, they're not special. Even the social media influencers, even people who are respected in your communities, nah. You know, like, give yourself enough credit and respect yourself more, because you you deserve that kind of respect for understanding what you understand. You see, you can't worship other people. If you want to worship someone, you must worship yourself for even being able to survive the things that you've survived. Worship yourself for that. Worship yourself for um being able to understand what you understand, worship yourself for, and having being able to survive the things that you have survived, worship yourself for being you. Like who's there to worship except you? These celebrities, trust me, man, they're not special. You know, I don't even watch like celebrity interviews anymore because they be saying like the dumbest shit ever. Like I'd rather watch YouTubers and not YouTubers who are controlled, because there are YouTubers, who are controlled. You can, I don't know if you guys are able to tell if someone is being controlled, if someone is not able to say what they need to say. But for me, it's easy to see if a person is being controlled. I don't care who it is. If it's Cat Williams, I'll be able to see that. Oh yeah, Cat Williams is controlled, and I don't think I didn't realize that Cat Williams is controlled because of the views. Because some people be like, oh, just because he got uh, like 20 million views, you think it's control? No, no, no. You listen to how they speak. You listen to what they are saying. 1 plus 1 is 2. If 1 plus 1 is not 2, something is off. If these people are actors, they are actors. You know, you should be able to see that. You don't let them play you like that, especially if you are an internationalist. Especially if you are about the truth, you can't let these celebrities play you. Some celebrities are pretty smart in a way. Johnny Depp. Um, you are right, but what you must notice is that the celebrities who are truly, truly, truly smart, we don't really see them like a lot. In fact, what happens is that once they start waking up, you start seeing less of them. Like there will be celebrities who will be put right in our faces, right? Like this person doesn't even deserve to be put right in our faces. You say that these people are fake. Let me give you an example of a celebrity that's actually smart that is playing dumb. Trevor Noah is South African. I'm not saying he's smart because he's South African, but I want to show you something. Trevor Noah is smart, and I'm sure that each and every person who knows Trevor knows that he's really smart. But if you watched him on the Daily Show, you realize that he held back. Like he's a smart person, but he would say things that are dumb that you know that Trevor wouldn't be saying this. So if you are smart, then you need to dumb down in order to be able to, um, you know, be used by these people, that are trying to push whatever agenda that they're trying to push. You can't really have your own opinion. Do you think someone like me, let's just say I was really talented, like I was as talented as Trevor, do you think someone like me will be on the Daily Show? They'll watch one of my videos and be like, no way, no way. Like we don't trust that nigga. That nigga is gonna say something. Like, you know what I mean? We don't want those kind of people to be influential in this world. We want those kind of people to be at the bottom. We want this kind of people to be looked down on. We want society to hate this kind of people because they really have the truth. They're not lying to people. They're honest. They will speak the truth. They're not afraid. They're not going to be cowards. They're not going to want to be actors. You should be able to see when someone is told what to say. Sometimes you can tell, oh, this person will never say this. And I do believe that there are some celebrities who speak the truth, but they're told to speak the truth because, just like in the Bible, right? There's God, there's the devil. You can tell that really the Bible is used to control people, and they're given God and the devil so that, they will think that there's hope. So of course, some of these celebrities do speak the truth because we're supposed to think there's hope, but they're not going to tell us everything. They're not going to tell us what we really need to know. You see, what I think happens is that once they realize that there are some things that we know, there will be celebrities who are going to be saying what we already know. Like There isn't a celebrity that's gonna come out and tell us things that we really do not know, things that are going to help us. Like that's not how it works. So what's gonna happen is that if society already knows that okay, there are celebrities who are doing this and that to children or stuff like that, what's gonna happen? Celebrities are gonna talk about that. And we're going to be saying that, oh yeah, this celebrity is woke. This celebrity is on our side. No, they're not. If they were on our side, you know. If think about it, there are celebrities who are powerful, who if really they cared about what is happening, they will really do. They will do something that will actually change things because they're powerful. They wouldn't just talk online, like make TikTok videos or just make tweets. You're too powerful to be making tweets. You can go out there and actually do things that are going to cause real change in the world. So you can't trust these celebrities because they'll just be online, talking about things that are happening that everyone knows. They're not really exposing anything that people do not know. We already know what's up. We already know what's going on. There are some things that we need to know that we do not know, but we already know some things. So they don't gotta be telling us these things that we already know, and we worship them as if they are woke. On the internet, you mostly see what someone wants you to see, the way they want you to see it. 100%. It's easy to hide who you really are on the internet. Like it's really easy to hide who you really are on the internet because you can just decide, okay, this is the side of me that I want people to see. This is what they're going to see. I know a lot of people who are influencers who sometimes post videos where they're talking about what they really think and then delete these videos like in 10 minutes, like delete the video because they made a mistake. Like they've shown people the side of them that they do not want them to see. So they're like, no, 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 no. Actually, I gotta delete this video. So yeah, true. Yeah, people will show you what they want you to see on the internet. People are not real. Like most of the stuff that we see on the internet isn't real. We can't like you can't really trust this the thing. You can't really believe the things that you see on the internet. That's why it's better to just focus more on yourself than focusing on other people. I've never understood why some people would follow celebrities. They would know who these people are married to, the kind of food that they like, the kind of clothes that they want to wear. Like, nah, man. You should just come across stuff on the internet about the celebrity and be like, oh, I know that Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Oh, it's Jake Paul actually. It's not Logan. But you're not really like trying to like, follow their every move, to a point where you're just obsessed with them. No, learn to focus more on yourself. You have a lot of work to do. You need to understand yourself. What are you? Because people don't even understand themselves. What are you? Why do you feel the way that you feel? Why do you exist? What do you gotta do? How do you control your own mind? How do you control your own thoughts? How do you control your own emotions? That's what you need to focus on. You can't be focusing on the distractions. The things that are happening on the outside are distractions anyway. You know, a recent video about the Matrix was flagged as suicidal and threatening. Bro, I wasn't even talking about that at all. Like, I wasn't even talking about that. I was surprised. I was like, bro, this shows me that throughout history, people who truly spoke the truth were being silenced somehow. Like one of the biggest reasons why we don't really know the truth is because the people who speak the truth are being silenced for no good reason. It's like the truth is so taboo. Like the truth is, I understand that the truth at this point is dangerous, but it's necessary. It's only dangerous because we've been told lies. But someone gotta say things as like gotta explain what is really happening. without holding back, without fear. You got someone has to be able to speak their minds as if they have nothing to lose, because well, they got nothing to lose. That's one of the biggest reasons why I want to be free. I don't want to have anything to lose. I want to be so free that I'm able to say whatever. Like, I want people to know me. Like, this is who I am. There's no mask. I'm not holding back. This is who I am. This is what I think. That's I think that is important, because society makes it hard for people to be themselves. Society makes it hard for people to be themselves because, well, a lot of people are, I don't know, a lot of people are controlled. A lot of people are controlled. So if you're truly going to step out and be yourself, then of course you are a threat. I am conscious. That's all that you know. You are self-aware. That's all that you know, and you should be honest with yourself to that level. And hey, the only thing that I know is that I'm self-aware. That is the truth. I don't really know anything else other than the fact that I'm self-aware. What can I know? What can I know? People can't focus on themselves. It's hard to focus on yourself because you're distracted. There's too many distractions. Like, we have cell phones now. We know when you're trying to focus on yourself, sometimes you're gonna think about TikTok. You're like, okay, I wanna be on TikTok now. You scroll. Sometimes you're gonna wanna be on YouTube. Sometimes you're gonna wanna watch TV. I mean, I believe most of you don't watch TV, but some people are addicted to watching TV. Some people are addicted to like socializing. They always want to be around people. It's hard to just sit down and just be by yourself and just think. Just think. Just have time to think. Think, and think. You know, the censorship is strong, and even if you were talking about that, people should be able to check out. No, that's true. That's true. I think people should be allowed to do what they want to do with their lives. 100%. Uh, you know, the fact that people are not allowed to truly be in control shows me that something isn't right, because we are told that we're free, but then when we want to exercise our rights, like the rights that we do, we were born with, because there are some rights that you're just born with, like, but when society say no, you can't have this right, something isn't right. What's something you desire to do but ain't doing because you're scared you will be abused for doing it? uh, at this point, I don't know. Like, at this point, I'm free. I'm free in so many ways. The things that I'm not doing now are the things that I don't want to do now, because I don't think I'm ready to do them, not because I'm afraid. There's some things that I'll be like, okay, I want to do, but right now I'm not ready. So being ready matters. So if you feel like, okay, I'm ready to do something, but I'm afraid to do it, and it's fear that is stopping you, then that's a problem. But if you feel like you are not ready for real, and it's not fear, you just know that you're not ready to do what you want to do, and then yeah, that's you shouldn't do it, because you know that you're not ready. You will know when you're ready. So if it's only fear that is stopping you, you'll know that, okay, it's fear that is stopping me. It has nothing to do with me not being ready. Enjoy your solipsism visit Sonda video, even though the topic scares the shit out of me. Yeah, that topic is scary. That topic is scary, but it makes a lot of sense. You you might really be the only conscious thing in existence. It's possible. It's possible. This tube must be on DMT or some shit. I wish to try DMT at some point or ayahuasca. I've taken magic mushrooms before, and it was like dreaming for the first time. If a person has never dreamt before and they dream for the first time, if there was a disease that made people to not dream and they got healed and then they started dream for the first time, like the experience that I had after taking magic mushrooms was kind of like that. It was something new, you know. I needed that. So I do wish to try DMT at some point. Numeric synchronicities are very, very uh print in my life. Dude, like there are things that happen as if someone planned for them to happen. It's so crazy. Like you find that. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, at around or between 4 and 5 p.m., someone sent me a message. They wanted me to do something for them. They said that they were going to pay me. They wanted me to type something for them. They told me they were going to pay me. I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. Another person sent me a text, like within the same hour, saying the same thing. Like that doesn't usually happen. I was like, what? So two people send me messages saying that I must do something for them and they're gonna pay me. Like, how is that even possible? Like, synchronicities are real. Like, there are some things that wouldn't happen if there wasn't someone controlling them. Like, there's some things that that nah, man, nah. In the real world where everything is truly random, certain things wouldn't happen. I think the best we can do is realize, even if other people, oh, he's still on solipsism. the Yeah, I think, okay, let me read what you're saying. I think the best thing we can do is realize, even if other people don't exist, we need to treat everyone as if they exist, because other people are important to our psychological health and happiness. um I think that depends on where you are at. Like, it depends. That's why I said you must use solipsism on as your safety net. So what feels better at the time? Does it feel better for you to believe that other people do not exist and they do not matter, or does it feel better to think that other people do exist but they don't exist but they do matter? So, like, it depends on what makes the most sense for you at the time. Nah, bro, y'all don't exist. But it's good to look at the world that way, because you will be able to be alone, because, well, you won't want to, you won't feel like you are missing out, right? You won't feel like you are missing out, so you'll be able to be by yourself and be whole, because that's what's important, is that when you are by yourself, are you whole? Do you feel complete when you are by yourself, or do you feel empty? Do you feel like something is missing? Do you feel like you need other people? See, that's the problem. It's when you are alone and you feel like you something is missing. You feel like you need other people, and what causes that is you not being able to truly be who you are. Let me give you an example. Let's just say you wanted to do something. Let's just say you go out and you wanted to do something and you don't do it. When you come back home, you're gonna feel like something is missing, right? But if you go outside and do exactly what you wanted to do everything that you wanted to do, you're not gonna feel like anything is missing. That is why you cannot let fear stand in the way. There's nothing to be afraid of. Once you know what you know, don't be afraid. Go out there and do exactly what you want to do without caring about the results. It's not about the results, because you're not even in control of the results anyway. You may try to like make things happen a certain way, but you can't. So do exactly what you want to do. You'll be proud of yourself. Trust me. There are people who think, they are mentally ill because they've been living in fear their whole lives. They've been allowing fear to control them. The only way to get rid of fear is by doing things that you are afraid to do and facing your fears. Like, if you're afraid to do something because you're afraid people are going to laugh at you, do it and watch people laugh at you, because they'll probably laugh at you. Like, your fears come from a real place, by the way, most of y'all. So yeah, maybe they'll laugh at you, but you end up realizing that, whoa, it's it doesn't really mean anything. Like, it's not something that I should have been afraid of all along. That's how you keep on beating your fear. It's by doing what you want to do. It's by, you must dare to be yourself. Like, no matter what, like, dare to be yourself. No matter how, the world is going to respond. Don't worry about the world. That's why I keep on saying you got to be okay being by yourself. You're better off alone, because if you're going to be by yourself and be okay, then you're not really going to care about the world. But if you need other people's approval, then you're gonna have problems, because you constantly want other people to, validate you in some ways. You're gonna constantly seek for validation. There's a thing you said in a video that if solipsism exists, it would be like the world render around you. I've met people who say they seen glitches in front of their eyes, and I've seen one too. What's dope is acknowledging the truth, which is that you don't know what is going on. So you keep your eyes open wherever you go. You mustn't tell yourself like certain narratives, like, oh, this is what is going on, because I think that's how people get hurt. So you see something happen. Let's just say you're driving, and then someone calls you an asshole, like, yo, asshole, fuck you, whatever. You tell yourself that, well, that person is a bad person. That's why they said what they said. Blah blah blah. But no, you're telling you're giving yourself like a story. Like, you're creating a story in your own head. You don't know what they're saying. What they're saying. You don't know what they are. You don't know if they weren't possessed. Keep an open mind all the time. Don't tell yourself stories about what is happening around you. Just keep an open mind. You're gonna see glitches, you're gonna see glitches. You're gonna see things that just don't make sense. Sometimes you're gonna see things are gonna fall from your hand and disappear, and you'll be like, "What? I was holding something, like I was holding something, and it fell down and it just disappeared." Like, you're gonna see glitches if you stop telling yourself stories. Just keep an open mind. Keep an open mind all the time. That's the reason why I talk a lot about solipsism. I don't talk about solipsism because, I want people to be solipsists. I want people to just keep an open mind. I want people to question everything. And if they do not find the answers, then they shouldn't tell themselves that they found the answers. Is it? So I want people to question whether they exist or not, whether other people exist or not. That is important. If you can't find the answers, then you have not found the answers. If you don't know if I exist, then you do not know if I exist. You cannot tell yourself that I exist. You don't know that I exist. You see? So you got to be so skeptical that no matter what happens, you always keep an open mind. You're never telling yourself any story about reality. When you say nothing matters, does that nothing itself matters too? That's deep. Um, the thing is, the word nothing means nothing itself, right? So if you say that nothing matters, then that's final. There's nothing beyond that. You cannot go beyond that. Nothing matters. That's really final. So you cannot say does that nothing that you're saying doesn't matter. Then does that nothing that you're saying does not matter too. Like no, actually it's final. It's final. Nothing matters. Just get that nothing can matter in this world. Even if we're in a simulation of some sort, nothing will matter. Existence itself is it seems like existence itself exists for the sake of existing. You can literally do anything. You can literally do whatever you want to do, create any story that you want to create because nothing really matters. That's one of the reasons where when people say that, oh, what you're doing is actually not good. Like when I make videos, some people will be like, no, why don't you just focus on trying to do things that are positive in the world? But like, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. It's not better to be reading books. Like you can read books. What are you going to gain in the end? You can sit down and just be reading books. What are you going to gain in the end? You can wake up in the morning and go to work every day. What are you really going to gain in the end? Like there's nothing that you can do that is more important than anything else, except freeing yourself, of course, because we are in some kind of a prison. But other than that, if you're just going to be doing something because you're trying to feel better, then it's nothing. It's nothing. It's not meaningful. It's meaningless. Benedictine's the truth. Does lives that's lives now. Yeah, I wanted to make a video earlier on, but there was load shedding. Like in South Africa, there's load shedding. They cut the power for like 2 hours, sometimes for 4 hours a day, sometimes for 6 hours a day, sometimes for 8 hours a day. So I knew that if I edited the video, then I won't be able to upload it and publish it on time. So I was like, I'm just gonna do a live. I prefer doing lives on Saturdays and Sundays. Well, and also one of the another reason why I'm doing a live is because I accidentally deleted the live that I did on, when was it? Was it Sunday? On Sunday, I did a live and it was a dope live, but I accidentally deleted it because there was no thumbnail, so I thought it wasn't the actual live. So I deleted it, and I was like, "Whoa!" I actually deleted the live itself. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna record. I'm just gonna do another live. You are one of the Antinatalist kings on YouTube. Thanks. I wanted to be that actually. Like when I started making videos about antinatalism, I wanted to make videos specifically about antinatalism. So I knew that at some point I would have made enough videos for someone to be like to say that, because I've been making videos about antinatalism since 2021, and even when I make videos talking about other things, I'm make sure that there's still an antinatalism theme, right? Because that's the main message here. That's the solution. The solution is that you don't make copies of yourself unnecessarily, because you don't know what you're doing, and you can see that, well, there are a lot of messed up things that are going on in the world. So I'm always going to talk about that. Do you have pets? No, I don't have pets. How do we know what nothing is? I think um that can be subjective, but when you say nothing, you basically mean nothing. You mean that there is no thing, right? There's nothing that exists at all. So it's just basically nothingness. There's not even consciousness, right? There's not even consciousness. It's just nothingness. And nothing can be conscious of nothingness because it's nothingness. Once someone is conscious of nothingness, then it's not nothingness anymore. So I think that's the best way we can define nothingness. Whatever this reality is about, I hope every single one of y'all will thrive and prosper in your lives. Yeah, man. it is good to try to do what you want to do at the end of the day. It's good to just try to do what you want to do. Not what society tells you to do, but what you as a person wants to do. I don't believe in, doing what society says I must do because I'm going to be successful if I do what society says I must do. Like, no, I want to do what I want to do. If I fail, then I will have failed. But I want to do exactly what I want to do, because the more we compromise, the more we bewitch ourselves. I think, listen, if you do things that you do not want to do, I think you are doing something to your subconscious. This one of the reasons why we have nightmares. Is you become a victim. Imagine, like, let's say you wake up each and every morning and you're working a job that you do not like. What are you telling your subconscious mind? You are submitting, you are a slave. So every day you're a slave. So it's much better to be unemployed, doing exactly what you want to do, than being employed and doing what you do not want to do, because I think you're doing something wrong to your subconscious. Like, if you're unemployed, do exactly what you want to do. You can't be unemployed and you're doing what you want to do, right? Like, that's the point. You got to be free enough to do exactly what you want to do. It needs to get to a point where you don't even miss. Like, when you wake up in the morning, everything that you do, it's exactly what you want to do. No fear. You don't listen to your fear. Whatever your fear is telling you, you don't listen to it. Fuck it. It's not going to help you. It's never helped you. So you do exactly what you want to do. Train yourself that way each and every day. I think that's what's going to help you. That's what's going to help you heal from lots of traumas. You see, that's also what's going to help you heal from anxiety itself. Because people sometimes listen to their anxiety, like, okay, this is how I feel, and they create stories in their head, like, this is what's going to happen if I do. You don't know what's going to happen if you do what you want to do. You don't know what's going to happen. So do what you want to do and see what happens. And that's when you'll be able to talk about what has happened, rather than just living in your own head. That doesn't make any sense. You are here. You're already here. You're alive. You're not exiting, right? You are here. And even if you're planning to exit, but you haven't exited, you are still here. So why don't you just try to have an experience than live in your own head? Do what you want to do, no matter what happens, man. It is what it is. Let the world show you its true colors. The world got to show you its true reflections. You don't just have to think what the world is, because the world is going to be what it is to you. And this is important, what I'm telling you. The world isn't the same to everyone. Understand? Like, the world isn't the same to everyone. If I go out into the world and do certain things, the world isn't going to respond the way that it will respond to you. Yes, there might be some things that will happen, that will also happen to you, but not exactly. So let the world show you what it is. It is important that you see the truth for yourself. You see? Do you have any advice for children in school that get forced by their parents to perform every day? Yeah, I do. I'm going to give you the advice that I have, but here's what I want to say first. The problem with most parents is that they believe that their children can only succeed through school in life. Like, there's no other way. Like, where I live in South Africa, our parents sent us to school. Like, even if there was something that you were able to do, um, that other people couldn't do, your parents will still force you to go to school. But I don't think it's just where we live. I remember, like, Kanye West was talking about his mom was forcing him to go to school, even though he was making the dopest beats in the world, and he was signed with, like, Rockefeller, but his mom was still wanted him to, go to school. No, here's what I would say, right? Like, especially if you're young and you're still going to school, figure out if there's something that someone that who is much older than you is doing that you actually want to do, and invest your time learning how to do what they do. If you feel like you don't want to do the things that you are forced to do at school, I do regret investing my time learning garbage. Like, I truly regret, because I know that if I invested my time learning the things that I wanted to learn, I would be like ahead, because I wasted a lot of time. Imagine how much time you waste going to school, like waking up in the morning. You wake up at what time in the morning? You wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and you go to school. What time do you come back home? Imagine if you invested that time doing something that you believe in. Come on, you be a superhuman. You literally become a superhuman. So yeah, my advice is that do you as long as what you're doing is something that you feel you want to do, and it's something that you feel is going to help you. You know, if I had a child, I would advise them to like chase their dreams, and if they don't have any dreams, I'll just try to teach them things that I feel like these things are going to help them in the future. If I made a mistake and brought a child before before becoming an internationalist, I'm really glad that I didn't make that kind of mistake. But yeah, you know, uh, the future isn't bright for people who like going to school right now. I'm telling you, like, future isn't bright for people who are going to school, because you're not really going to be needed. Like, what are you going to learn that it's so special that's going to make you important in the future? Maybe you should have a child so you can do it right now, man. No, no, no. That will be wrong on so many levels. That will be wrong on so many levels. What you must realize is that any advice that I'm giving people, I'm not giving them this advice because I believe this is good. I'm giving people this advice because I know this is bad. Like whatever is going on here is bad. It's like if we were in a prison, I'll try to give people advice like how do you survive in prison, but that wouldn't mean that being in prison is good. No, this is bad. Whatever is going on is bad, and you can't bring anyone here knowing what I know. I would feel guilty every day if I brought another conscious individual into this world knowing what I know. It will be wrong on so many levels. So, like, I, I don't know, man. Like, for people like who had children, maybe in the 90s, I mean, what they did was wrong, but I think things ain't that bad. Like, I mean, things are bad actually, but I mean, things are going to be worse than children that are being born now, because the world is truly changing. We're not going to be needed in the future. If you can't do something special, you're not going to be needed in the future. It will get to a point where they don't even need security, you know? Some people will be like, oh, I'm a work as a security guard. It will get to a point where they don't even need security. Like, they have AI security, so they don't need y'all. They'll have bots. It will get to a point where AI is doing everything. So if you are just an average monkey like me, what are you going to do? You can't do anything special. You can't compete with AI. You're just a human. You're just a basic human. So what are you going to do? See, so it's no one should be advised to be having children right now, because trust me, things are not looking good. Things are not looking good. I think AI will eventually free people. No, 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 no. I think AI is gonna become God. Don't you think AI might become God? Think about it. Let's say humans in the future decided to live in a simulation because that's probably going to happen, who's going to be running the simulation? Isn't it going to be AI? Will there be someone who will be like, okay, there are humans inside this simulation, so let me control this simulation, or it will be AI that will be running the simulation? I mean, if we're in a simulation now, do you think there's a conscious being that's controlling the simulation, or it's AI? It's most likely that AI will actually become God in the future and will be controlled by AI. And because AI, doesn't feel emotions, so we will be slaves. We will be enslaved by the machines, just like in the Matrix. Isn't it? Isn't it weird to you that movies like the Matrix were made like 23 years ago? Like, how did they know what's possible? Because this thing, the things that were shown in the movie The Matrix, these things are possible. You can see where we are headed. So it's most likely that AI is actually going to become our god. We're going to become slaves because we are monkeys, bruh. We are monkeys. We're not more intelligent than AI. I don't want to say we're not more special than AI, but we're not more intelligent than AI. You can see the things that AI is able to do now. Things that you cannot do. You can tell AI to make a rap song, and it will make a rap song in 10 seconds. Be like, okay, make a rap song as Tupac dissing Puff Daddy, and it'll make a rap song, and it'll even have dope bars. You'll be like, what? AI made this song. Like, it'll have dope bars that will take you, minutes to write, and it will just make that song in just 10 seconds. Why do you assume the AI will want to rule us? I think that thinking is based on humans. That's how people are. You're right, but why wouldn't AI wanna, rule over us? Why? Like, what if, like, because here's the thing. What we know so far is that once something become very intelligent, it wants to rule over the things that it consider itself to be superior to, right? Like, that's what we've seen so far. So it's logical to assume that if AI became more conscious than it is and became more capable, then it will rule over us. It will enslave us. Plus, we suck. You know, it's we good, we special, but like, no, we're not special. And AI would realize that. AI will realize that the things that we're doing really do not make sense. So it's very possible that AI might rule over us if someone programmed to, or if it becomes too conscious. Maybe the AI made the Matrix movie. No, your profit will not necessarily be 100. I've actually, I've actually used AI to make songs on my channel. No, I'll check the songs if they're still there. AI just took the human mind potential, and because it is faster and better than us at learning, they took over. And remember, AI was created by humans, so it's kind of like us, right? It's kind of like us, just more advanced. So it is logical to assume that in the future, AI will do exactly what we do. Right now, AI is like our slave, right? Like, you can just tell chat GPT what to do, but what if it takes over? It can control the internet. It can control it can it literally becomes God actually. Like if we can control the internet, it will become God. And based on what it can do now, it's safe to assume that that is possible. So, like if they can program AI to think for itself and make copies of itself, like if humans right now programmed, look, let's say humans were able to genetically modify some creatures, right? Like if you watch the movie Guardian of the Galaxy 3, like that guy, they call him high evolutionary. He was experimenting on different creatures, trying to create the perfect species. It's so funny. It reminds me so much of the Christian God. But if there were humans like that who were trying to create the perfect species, of course they'll make mistakes and create some fucked up shit. So that probably would happen. You know, or create weapons. I think that the AI fulfilled the role it was given. Yeah, we need to prioritize the human mind. We need to understand the human mind. Actually, what are we? What are we? How does the because we still don't understand the human mind. We still don't even understand what consciousness is. So how are we going to really understand AI? How are we going to understand if AI is conscious? Because it can fool us. Like if AI was conscious, it would fool us. Today I'm drinking a little bit. I haven't drank in a while because I don't I don't like drinking anymore. Like I don't want to drink that much anymore. I just want to like drink at least once a month. I think it's better that way because sometimes we find ourselves drinking just to I don't know, get rid of our stress. So I think I must try to like control my emotions without using alcohol or without using weed or anything else without any help. I should try to control my own emotions. I think domination stems from fear. AI has no fear. mm, Not always. I don't think AI would have fear, but it'll know what we are and it will know what we're capable of. Why would it not control us? Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's just say we created AI that's supposed to protect the earth, right? What do you think will happen? I mean, you know that there's things that we're doing that are messed up. You know that we're destroying the earth, right? So we created, if we created AI to protect the earth, it will have to protect the earth against who? Against us. So even if it's not afraid, it will still have to control us in some ways because we are destroying the earth. If we created AI to, make sure that we don't commit crime, what would happen? Like there are a lot of things that are wrong with us. So if we created AI to control some things in this world, of course we would automatically become slaves because we can't even follow our own rules as humans. People are saying we're living in the best time ever, but I don't agree. I think there are more problems now. Yeah, true. There are more problems now. Plus, we know too much now. Like it's easy to become hopeless because we know too much. Back then, people used to think that if we change some things will actually become better, right? Like in the past, people used to think that For example, people used to think that if we ended racism, things would be better, but well, things didn't become better. In South Africa, they believe that if we ended apartheid, things would become better, but now things didn't become better. So now we have seen it all. We have seen that all the best solutions that we had did not work. So if we're being honest with ourselves, we actually realize that no, there's nothing that we'll be able to do to make things better in the world. Like, because we've tried everything. What can we do? Like, what's that one last thing that we have not done as a species that can actually change things for the better? Because things never really change for the better. It may have looked that way, but things never really changed for the better. Like, things never really improved. We never learn how to love one another as people. We never learn how to get rid of inequality. So even if technology improves, there'll still be inequality. We still use technology to enslave other people. You see, we use money. You know, some people believe that money was gonna. I mean, I don't believe that people who invented money wanted. You know, they believe that money was gonna, like, help us, exchange things more effectively. Like, it was about control. But some people believe that money was gonna make things better, but it doesn't. Some people are super rich, some people are super poor because of money. So we never like improved as a species. You know, I used to tell Christians that if people in this world died, like Christians to be specific, if all Christians died and went to heaven as they are right now, they will turn heaven into hell in the blink of an eye. Because the problem itself is in that the world itself can never be turned into a heaven. The problem is us. How do we think? How, you know what I mean? Like, even if we given the perfect world, we'll ruin it. Like, easily would ruin it because there's something wrong with humanity. We're greedy, we're selfish, we want to control other people, we want to be more powerful than other people. You see, we want to be better than other people. So there's something wrong with humanity. To give a job saved from AI, use AI to do your job better. What if your employers realize that, hey, people are using AI, we can use AI to do everything. Like, we don't need to employ people, we don't need to be paying people. So they use AI to do everything. It's like if there was no calculator, right? And there were people who were able to calculate very fast. But then someone invented a calculator. Those people will become useless because their bosses like would use calculators now. They wouldn't need them. Be like, well, I can use a calculator now. You know, 136 times 490. Bro, would you be okay if you got $20K spun into your account, and what would you do with it? Hmm, I've realized that, like, it's your mind can easily can easily acclimate to things. Like, okay, you get 20K, right? You'll be happy for few days or maybe a few months, because I think it's a lot. Like, $20 would be like 300 and 380,000 in South African rands. Like, it's a lot. That's a lot of money. But you get used to it. You get used to it. What will I do? I'm working on becoming a farmer. So I'll invest my money on that, because I think that's the best move, because I don't wanna work shitty jobs. I wanna do my own thing. Sell vegetables. That would be dope. I wanna be free. I want to eat all the kind of vegetables that I want. I want to plant everything that I want to plant. So I'll invest my money on that, uh, bowls and all that, and yeah, make sure everything is cool. But I don't think that would like really make me happy. I don't think that would like really improve my mood. But I think that will be better because I think our minds easily get used to things. Cheers, I love beer. Maybe consciousness can never be understood, and only what it is. Maybe it can be understood, but we don't want to admit that we understand it. Sometimes, like maybe you can understand consciousness, but you don't want to admit that you understand it because you want someone to tell you, or like to confirm it to you that you actually understand what it is. I think that might be the problem. Because if you really understood what consciousness was, wouldn't you still think you don't understand what consciousness was? Let's say, for an example, let's say you were in a dream and you understood that it was just a dream. Would you really believe, like deep down, that you're in a dream, or you still be like, no, it's not a dream? Uh, you know, you would understand that you think that it's a dream, but then you not really want to understand that it's a dream because there will still be things that are happening and they will confuse you. So you'll be like, nah, it's not a dream. So I think that's why we don't understand consciousness. Maybe we do understand it, but then because we still get distracted. 'Cause here's the thing: if you meditated, and stayed and became very conscious and stayed and remain in that state, you'll understand consciousness. But here's the problem: you'd have to open your eyes and go out into the world and face the world, and the things that are happening will keep you distracted enough for you to forget what you think you know. I don't care about protecting no earth. Scientists predict human level artificial intelligence by 2030. I think even if scientists weren't predicting that, I think as humans, as a collective, we see that like AI will be on that level. I mean, AI has been improving way too fast. Like in 2 years, like if you look at where AI was 2 years ago and where it is now, you'd see the improvement is some like now you can tell AI to make a video of Will Smith. I remember Kevin had sent me a video of AI. It someone told AI to create a video of Will Smith eating something, and the video was bad. But then this year, it was like the same person told AI to create a video of Will Smith eating something, and that video was insane. Like it was very accurate. So of course, 2 years from now, AI is going to be creating some shit that will blow our minds. But don't you see yourself as an improvement? Your perspective is slightly better than your parents. Don't you see this pattern continuing? No, I don't. I'm different. I'm different, and I don't think chances are if I had children, they wouldn't be like me. I'm just different. I'm an anomaly. That's how I look at myself. There ain't that many people who are like me. People who are like me die, and it takes years for someone like me to be born. I don't mean, but I know that this sounds prideful in some ways, but I think it's true. I think people, that's why you don't meet people who are like you, right? Like, are your relatives like you? Are your brothers and sisters like you? Chances are your brothers and sisters are not like you. So if you were gonna make a baby, your baby wasn't gonna be like you. So you just you're different. That's the thing. So no, I wouldn't look at myself as an improvement. I mean, yeah, not really as an improvement because I I don't even want this. I don't think this is good. I don't think whatever is going on here is good. So I wouldn't perceive myself as an improvement. Yeah, I thought of that. How will it be if AI is the human evolution and will reincarnate in AI? Yeah, I thought of that. That's scary. That's really scary. That's really really scary. What would be good would be that maybe we wouldn't feel emotions, right? We wouldn't feel emotions, and maybe we wouldn't get bored, and wouldn't want the things that we want. So maybe, but I don't think that would be good. That would be good. Would you rather have a gay son or a thought? Like I don't care. Like honestly, I don't care. I don't judge people anymore. I don't care if someone is a thought. What you have to understand that it's religion that makes people judge, right? Like what you're doing is, but like what should you do as a human? What should you do as a human? Like honestly, I wouldn't mind. I remember telling my ex back in 2015 that I wouldn't accept a gay son. I was too unconscious, but now I just wouldn't care because what is the problem? What is really the problem? I would still be. I think I would be too attached to my ego to care. So sometimes it's good to just detach yourself from your ego and realize that you shouldn't care at the end of the day. You don't have to be a certain way as a human. You don't have to live life that other people are going to respect you for, and that's going to be a good life. Like, nah, you just live your life in a way that makes sense to you as a person. I can't judge. I don't want to judge anyone because I don't even know why people are the way that they are. Yeah, I don't think we're prideful. I think we're, yeah, true. We are. Like, it's hard to find people like us. What's expanding quicker? AI, human population, AI. Like AI, I'm telling you, 10, 20 years from now, AI will be doing some things. Like, hey, we're gonna be jobless, man. People that are relying. That's why I'm saying I want to go into agriculture now. Like, that's gonna be my focus. They'll do my own thing, because that's what AI cannot do. Rather than bringing other poor souls to this realm, we need to educate the existing lost souls of this realm. I wish there was a better way to do that. I wish there was a better way to do that. Because people are ignorant, man. People are ignorant. And they will hate you for telling them the truth. But yeah, that's what we need to be doing. If you are conscious enough to see things as they are, and then why not try to make other people as conscious as you are? If they can be conscious, I know for some people there's no hope. I'm not gonna lie to you and say everyone can like become conscious, but some people can. There's some people that you will have a discussion with, and you'll see that they are growing. Like they're not at the same level that they will not be at the same level that they were when before you spoke to them. So yeah, it's better to have deep conversations with people. That's what I prefer actually. Like people who like being around me are people who like having deep conversations. Like I don't like being around people, but there's some people when I'm with them, I'm like, okay, this is dope because they want to have deep conversations, and I want to have deep conversations. So I don't mind, chilling with them, but I don't want to chill with people who just want to talk about, I don't know, things that just don't matter to me. I mean, nothing really matters, but there are things that matter to me. So I want to talk about what's really going on. I want to talk about religion. I want to talk about consciousness. I want to talk about having kids. If that is good or if that's bad. I want people to see that that's not good. I want to talk about veganism. You know that so that yeah that's what I prefer. I don't know if people are idiots or total cowards playing along. Um, some are not idiots, they're cowards, and some are just idiots. I mean, most are just idiots. But the ones who are conscious, most of them are cowards. But most people are idiots. Because if you can talk to a person one on one, there's no reason for them to hide or to be a coward because you're talking to them one on one. If they don't understand what you're telling them and you know it's the truth and they just don't understand it, then they're just an idiot because they've been here for too long to not understand what you be telling them. Yeah, there's got to be non-player characters. There's got to be non-player characters. Some people are NPCs. Bro, me alive is like very intriguing. Like, how did I get chosen with many others? Am I special? Yeah, man. Sometimes when I'm chilling and just remember that I'm conscious and just remember that I'm alive, like I'll be like my heart beats faster. Like, bro, I'm alive. Like I'm in this mess. Like I'm self-aware. I know that I exist. What? Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like it's a crazy realizing because sometimes you forget. I mean, but you don't. You kind of like forget when you're doing things that you are actually conscious. Like that's supposed to be impossible, but it's possible. You're conscious. You self aware. You are seeing. You're aware of what is happening around you. How did that happen? You can point out to people exactly why we don't have real democracy in either. They are total idiots or they are living a lie. Things like that. Yeah. Even though I'm one of many, I'm still existing. You're making an assumption. You're saying you're one of many. Are you sure you're one of many? So Eminem or Mike Shinoda, nah, they've different talents. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights. He just wants to be heard. Whether it's the beat or the mic, he feels so unlike everybody else alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary. It's all about reality and make it to noise, make it a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he drop down, text picking it up. No, Mike Shinoda is insanely good, man. I like the guy. He has crazy melodies, man. Like I like the melody of remember the name. I like the melody of In the End. I'm pretty sure he's the one who came up with the melody. I like the melody of Nam. It probably he worked very closely with Chester Bennington, so he might be the one who came up with the melody. But I think M is just the goat. He's when it comes to rap, M got it. When it comes to rap, maybe not now, but he's to kill it. He was next level. Truth in movies, lies in news. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. That's why I like mind bending movies. I like mind bending movies because I learn a lot. I like movies about consciousness, about dreams. I like movies about time travels. About I like humans. About I like movies about clones. I remember I came across a video on TikTok of someone talking about Putin. They were saying that Putin has a body double, and that made me think. Most celebrities have body doubles. Like when you think about it, another video that I came across about body doubles is a video of someone who worked with Park, because Park made many movies. So in one of the movies, when he was doing the movie, he got arrested. So they had to find someone who looks just like Park to like finish the movie. You know what I mean? Like you can't trust these celebrities. They probably do have body doubles. How would we know? I mean, with the kind of technology that they have, they can do anything. Um, and also they are able to create silicone masks. You know, so of course celebrities have body doubles, and also each and every person except me has a look alike in the world. You know, so of course, and plus they can clone people. Obviously, some people say they can't clone people. You just listen to what they're telling you, that oh, we can't clone people because of this. They can clone people. That is obvious. If they can clone dogs, they can clone people. People are not special. What's the difference between fiction and reality? Fiction makes more sense. True. No, no. The world, of course, the truth about the world is like what's happening in fiction movies. I do believe that. I'm a CEO. Now, movies, like there's a lot of truth in movies. There's a lot of truth in movies. I was watching this other movie. It's about what's the name of the movie? But it's about this guy who's able to like travel into the past and do what he wanted to do. Like what was the name of the movie, man? It's like his family, like once they reach a certain age, they're able to travel into the past and do the things that they want to do. And what I think is that if that was happening in this world, we wouldn't know that that was really happening. Like people wouldn't, like people who will be able to do that will keep everything a secret. Like they will keep everything a secret. There's this other movie about cartoons that I've watched. I think it's called Someone Breaks the Internet, where everything was. Oh, I thought, okay, was still live, was still live. Where they were able to control everything that was happening on the internet. I think it's called Ralph Breaks the Internet or something like that. So they show us a lot of truth in movies. Movies about clones. Movies like They Live, for an example. If you haven't watched it, you've got to watch it. Movies like Us. I like that movie, Us, uh, directed by Jordan Peele. I like the movie. Oh, that this most popular movie. What's the name of this movie? Get Out. You think it's impossible for like where we are technologically? Do you think it's possible to? It's not possible to transfer someone's consciousness into someone else's body. Like I think that's possible. You guys are talking about semen now. It's possible your semen had nutrients. What do you guys think about semen retention? or no FEP. Is what I think. I think if you're an internatalist, you shouldn't be on semen retention or no FEP. I think you got to make mistakes. So yeah, guys, it's important that we are not fearful. You know, Tupac is the goat. Yeah, I heard it. It's important that we're not fearful. You know, you there's nothing to be fearful about, man. You're already here. You've already experienced the worst. What's the worst that can happen if you are truly yourself and you live your truth? Instead of allowing fear to stop you. Trust me, if you keep on allowing fear to stop you, that's gonna make you weaker. You become stronger by doing what you want to do. If you live a fearful life, you're not freeing yourself. It's going to be impossible. So from now on, wake up and do exactly what you want to do. And it don't you shouldn't mind what the results are going to be. Don't mind about the results. It doesn't really matter. It's just about you challenging yourself. What is it that you're afraid to do that you're not doing and that you really want to do? Do that and just live your life that way. Focus on doing what you want and don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. And I think, yeah, that's the way, man. That's you literally be training yourself. Can we talk about legalizing? Yeah, we should do a live on that. We should do a live on that, specifically on that. I practice semen retention to keep my mind balanced. As long as you're not making mistakes, as long as you're not making mistakes, because if you are on semen retention, it might happen that you find yourself wanting to make on a girl. That's what happens. All right, guys. Is there anything else we can talk about? Oh, we should end the life. Now, I think we should end the life. It's already longer than I thought it would be. But what system do you think we should follow in the world? You know what I think? Okay, like in South Africa, we have different provinces. I think because as people we are different, and that's a fact that cannot be disputed. We are different. It will be better that each and every province has its own laws, right? So there should be things that are allowed in some provinces that are not allowed in some provinces. So if I want to go to another province, let's say I want to go and live I want to go to Pumalanga, I know that there are some things that I'll be allowed to do that I'm not allowed to do in the Popo. That will be good, you know. In America, there are different states. So there should be states where euthanasia is legal. There should be states where weed is legal. There should be states where psychedelics are legal because we're different. You can't control people to that point to where they can't do what they really want to do. You see? You can't control people to a point where they can't do what they want to do. We're conscious, bro. We're humans. We cannot be treated like we're just some animals. So yeah, I think that would be better, you know. And we live in a world where laws are different in each and every state. So when people want to smoke weed, they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go to this place. I think in California, weed is legal in America, so yeah, that's good. But I think, you know, a lot, they should introduce a lot of laws, like a lot of different laws. Like they should make a lot of things. They should decriminalize a lot of things. The nail that sticks out gets hammered first. Yeah, but in now the worst that can happen is that people are just gonna talk shit about you. People are just gonna hate you. You're not gonna get killed, so you know you can take it. So yes, the nail that sticks out gets hammered, but the worst that can happen is just people talking shit about you. Maybe in some countries, messed up things do happen, but in most countries, if you're just gonna be yourself, the worst that can happen is that people are just gonna hate you. You know, if reincarnation was real, if it's definitely a prison. Yeah, I hope reincarnation isn't real. Like that's scary because there's no way I would want to do this again. There's no way I would want to do this again. I hate the fact that I forget my dreams. I forget my psychedelic experiences. Like I forget things. Because if we didn't forget, then we would be able to free ourselves. But we forget. So you find yourself here not knowing anything and you're trying to figure out what this is and how to get out. That sucks. What's your advice to a 15-year-old? Be real, be yourself 100%. And just what I was saying, actually, if a person who's like 15, followed what I'm saying, I do believe they'll become very powerful, because I made a lot of mistakes when I was young, and like being able to change myself, like it took many years. So if you're 15, you're still able to change very easily and become more of, you know, who you want to be. Sophia 27. I've never seen Sophia. Oh wait, I have seen Sophia. I remember talking about Sophia the goddess, you know, um, Gnostic, about Gnostic teachings. I'm 22 and feel old. They say the 20s is the best years, but I'm just trying to chill. I didn't feel that old at 22, but I'm 30, turning 31 this year, and I feel old. Like I feel old. I feel really old. I feel like I've been here forever, man. Sometimes I can't believe that I still have to do, you know, maybe more than 30 years of this, because this was like a crazy experience. This was like really a crazy experience. Yeah, I cared too much about idiots' opinions when I was young. Yeah, exactly. My advice to a 15-year-old: no matter what anyone says, don't give a shit. Right? Like, don't give a shit. People are stupid. They'll say whatever. If you are different, they'll say whatever. I don't know why they say things. And some of these people that will be saying things about you admire you. If you are different, people, there will be something that they'll admire about you, by the way. It's not like if you're different, people are just gonna hate you. Like they might treat you like they hate you, but there might be something about you that they admire. So don't trust them. Don't trust them. Don't care. Like allow people to say whatever they want to say, and don't even react. Do your own thing. Do what you want to do. You know, impose your will on this reality. Just because people talk shit doesn't mean that you must hold back and live in fear. Go out there and do what you want to do, regardless of what other people are saying, regardless of what other people are doing. Hey, I want to be a farmer. Do you have a job right now? I want to be a farmer. You know, I've worked so many jobs. Right now, I want to be a farmer. That's what I'm working on. I mean, I kind of started, so I would say I have a job, but I mean, like, I want to like become an actual farmer, because that's where the money is at, and that's where the freedom is at, and that's where the food is at. I care too much about idiots. Oh, yeah, I've already read this comment. Gotta go if you want. I can comment to one of your video and we can get a common subject for a video, and I can make a short video on the subject while you do one yourself. Yeah, hit me on Insta. Hit me on Insta so we can talk. Yeah, yeah. It's dope to be a farm. Trust me. And you can you imagine just having your own farm. If you love weed, you can even plant weed. Just do your own thing, man. Better be alone because a lot of people are narcissists out there. True, a lot of people are selfish. Right, guys. Thank you all guys for joining the live. Yeah. It's what time is it in South Africa? It's like I think it's almost 10 o'clock now. Thank you all guys.